Hello fellow shadows, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about something that came up in the Disney presentation yesterday, and that is involving Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther and TChalla. So in this conference, Kevin Feige said that they aren't planning on using TChalla anymore. That I guess T'Challa was only like a one movie hit wonder, and that like in terms of like getting his own movie. So Endgame, I'm guessing, is the last time we will ever see Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, unless if they like decided to use like some deleted scenes or previous scenes to as flashbacks. But I'm sad. I mean, no one can ever replace Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. Like for me, no one can replace Tobey Maguire as the Spider-Man. Because for me, Tobey Maguire will always be the Spider-Man for me. Wesley Snipes will always be the Blade for me. The guy who played Daredevil in the Netflix show will always be the Daredevil for me. Even though I know there's a Ben Affleck version around, like a movie made version of Daredevil, but I wonder who the guy who plays Daredevil is now. Charlie Cox is the guy who plays Daredevil in the Netflix show, the one I'm referring to. He will always be the Daredevil for me. So yeah, as much as it might have been interesting to see T'Challa's adventures continue in the MCU, I understand the place that Kevin Feige and the other executive producers are coming at with not wanting to recast. I was happy when they said they weren't going to use CGI Chadwick Boseman for Black Panther, because them using CGI Carrie Fisher's face for Leia in Episode 9, as I like to call Star Wars Episode 9, the Palpatine Rise of Palpatine. As much as I said in my reviews that I didn't really mind her as much as like other people did, to a certain extent it kind of did feel awkward, because I know they were using recycled footage of her and Carrie Fisher wasn't actually there, and she looks almost like Carrie Fisher. So it kind of felt weird with Carrie Fisher, and it would have probably felt weird with Chadwick Boseman as well if they CGI his face. So I'm happy they did not go the CGI route. So that, of course, led to the question, what would they do next? Will they recast or pass on the baton to like Shuri or someone? I would have loved to have seen Chadwick, like, T'Challa's adventure continue. Yeah, like in the first movie we may see this new actor as T'Challa, if they went this route. I'm saying this is a big if. Like this would have been like the if scenario if they continued the whole T'Challa story. It would have felt weird in the first movie to see a new phase for T'Challa, but in time I feel like we would have gotten used to it. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the memory of Chadwick Boseman, but I feel like we would have the audience would have got used to it. Even if it felt awkward the first time around, we would have got used to it. Sure, would anyone be able to play T'Challa in the way Chadwick Boseman did? Hell no. Hell no. But we all got used to it, just like with the whole Dumbledore situation. The first two Harry Potter movies, there was a Dumbledore. The actor, I'm trying to, I'm going to try to rephrase this the best way I can. There was an actor who played Dumbledore in the first two Harry Potter movies. But at the time, I think, filming for the third Harry Potter movie came about, the actor who originally played Dumbledore died. Rest his soul. So what they did was recasted Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films. And I remember seeing this, because I've seen all the Harry Potter movies in theaters. All 8 movies in theaters. And at first it felt awkward. It honestly did feel awkward at first seeing this new guy being Dumbledore. But over time, like, as I kept watching that movie, because that was Prisoner of Azkaban. I believe it was the third movie. And I actually own that movie. As I kept watching that movie, because I have to have it on DVD. As I kept watching that DVD, it felt a little bit less awkward. Sure, all due respect to the actor who took over the Dumbledore role, he wasn't as, like... I still enjoyed the original Dumbledore. He couldn't replace the original Dumbledore. The original Dumbledore was great. And that Dumbledore will always be the Dumbledore for me. But the new guy who was Dumbledore in, like, from Prisoner of Azkaban all the way to the Deathly Hallows, like, Part 2, I think Dumbledore was in the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I know he was in the Deathly Hallows, I forget if he was in Part 2. But he still did a good job playing Dumbledore. And my argument here is that, yeah, it probably would have felt weird at first with them recasting T'Challa. But I feel like we would have gotten over it as an audience, and sure, whoever would have taken over the role, sure, they won't be Chadwick Boseman, because for me, Chadwick Boseman will always be the Black Panther for me. But I have faith that whoever would have took over the role would have done a good job portraying Black Panther and keeping up with the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. Now, like I said, even though I would have enjoyed seeing T'Challa's story continue after Endgame, I understand why they are choosing not to go pressing forward with using T'Challa. I understand. They want to be as respectful as they can. Maybe the way they'll do it is have the WandaVision show as a way to say T'Challa was lost in the multiverse due to Wanda breaking the multiverse, because I did hear rumors that Wanda, Scarlet Witch, was going to break the multiverse. And maybe they can use that as a way to say, yeah, part of breaking the multiverse was T'Challa got stuck in the multiverse and we don't know how to get him back. And so there's a dire need of a new Black Panther. That could be one way. I don't know how they would do it. That would make sense. That will also be respectful to Chadwick Boseman. But since they're going this route, they will have to address where the hell is T'Challa. What happened to T'Challa? Because the blip takes place like the events of Endgame takes like what? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, will you? But the events of Endgame takes like what, 5-ish years? Approximately 5 years after the events of Infinity War. And Infinity War, Endgame came out like Infinity War came out in like 2017, right? I literally just looked this up. So it came out in 2018, and Endgame came out in 2019. There has not been any new Marvel movies that came out this year, to my knowledge. And what like Black Panther 2 is supposed to come out when? May 6, 2022. So in 2 years. From 19, 20, so it's 4 years from the Black Panther 2 will come out after Endgame. So like I said, it would be nice. It would have been nice to see like T'Challa's story to continue, even if it was in one more movie. But understand why they're not doing it. They want to be as respectful to Chadwick Boseman's memory as much as they can. So I understand that. So that does leave the question, when they do make Black Panther 2, how will they address T'Challa? Like, where the hell did T'Challa go? What happened to T'Challa since Endgame? And since they aren't going to recast T'Challa, so pretty much T'Challa's story ended at Endgame. Since they aren't going to recast T'Challa, who is going to take over the Black Panther mantle? Black Panther mantle. Shuri? I know she's Black Panther in the comic books. All Black Panther, I should say. So they could make her Queen of Wakanda, or just Black Panther, or maybe both. Dealing like, and if they decide to kill T'Challa off, that would be a good story arc for Shuri. Kind of, in a way, the same as T'Challa in the Black Panther movie, dealing with the loss of his father while being king and being Black Panther. That could be the same thing that they could do for Shuri. The loss of her brother, her handling the loss of her brother while trying to find her own path of being Black Panther, and trying to find her own path of being the new king or queen, whatever they want to use the term for Shuri, of Wakanda. They could also use Lupita's character as Black Panther. I mean, can they? I'm not 100% like knowledgeable on who, like, everyone that took on the Black Panther mantle. But couldn't Lupita's character take on the Black Panther mantle as well? Or maybe Lupita's character and T'Challa got married, and now she's the new queen of Wakanda, while Shuri is just Black Panther. That could be a possibility. I don't know, but Even though it would be amazing, great to see T'Challa's story continue, I do understand why they aren't going ahead. They aren't pushing forward with T'Challa's story because they want to be as respectful to Chadwick Boseman as they can. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Disney or Marvel should continue the story of T'Challa? If you do, who do you think should be casted as T'Challa from here on out? And now that we pretty much got confirmation that there's not going to be any T'Challa, because out of respect for Chadwick Boseman, rest his soul, what would your ideal story for, like, how to continue the whole Black Panther story? Yeah, how would your ideal story arc go to continue the whole Black Panther arc? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching this video. Love you all. Thank you for all the support you guys gave in this video. Really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys later. And Wakanda forever.